Welcome back. This episode, we're going to be starting with the race to October, and the oh my God Mets played a game that could have won an Oscar, and the MVP, Lindor, was the lead actor. Then we're going to move on and get into the 100-yard dash with the end of the Jones era in my book. The Jets go wide right and remind us that they're still the Jets. Sloppy game by the Patriots as well, and the fantasy feud. Let's start talking. What up, backbone? You lose a couple years of your life after that Met game yesterday?
Yesterday. Yesterday, if everyone knows, I was game one of the doubleheader against the Braves. You honestly said it perfect. It was a Hollywood freaking movie. Oh my God.
That was crazy.
I got chills watching like that game. It literally had me on the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Like it was absolutely crazy.
That's a fact right there. Everybody said it. There was live streams going on all over the place. Everybody is stuck in what time did the game start? It was a crazy start time.
One.
Yeah, it was 1 o'clock for a game like that. And that was really the oh my God Mets. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, from top to bottom, obviously, they were leading basically the whole game up until the 8th inning. But I thought, honestly, McGill did.
The Mets were lifeless until the 8th.
Lifeless.
It looked like you were going to lose both of them.
And honestly, like, I know the Braves were up 3-0, but they had a lot of soft hits. They did have the 2 home runs that obviously led to the 3 runs, but just soft hits. McGill did pitch good, which I was kind of surprised actually why he wasn't on the roster for the playoffs. But then I thought if he just pitched, then he'll probably be on the roster for the next round. I believe they can do it.
That would make sense. Yeah, because it was such a quick turnaround. We're already through game 1 of the wild card series. It's that insane on what transpired with the hurricane. That, man, thinking about all those people, I haven't seen images like that since freaking Katrina days.
They're saying it's worse than Katrina.
Yeah, it has to be. It's not getting media coverage the way
right?
Why?
It's
a little odd. I think. I don't know. There's a lot of confusions going on out there. But there's the one thing that's not confused is the Mets show up when the Mets have to show up. They've done it half the season. Lindor is literally an MVP. You want to say that Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player in the world? Okay, I got it. You want to say the most valuable player on a team in the NL at the moment? It's Francisco Lindor.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I have it there in my notes. Lindor definitely, obviously, besides Shohei Ohtani joining the freaking the 30-30 club, he's obviously has the NL on lock, and Aaron Judge clearly has that AL on lock. But and Lindor couldn't be more of an MVP candidate. This guy. So I just want to take you back. So Nimmo hit that big home run that was the 8th inning. And if everybody saw, Michael Harris made a gesture of sticking out his tongue. Nimmo had to reciprocate by doing the same. However, honestly, now thinking about it, what Nimmo did, which he doesn't normally do that stuff, compared to how Lindor ran around the bases, because when Nimmo put the game ahead 6-3, basically everyone, this game's over. What did the Braves do? They came right back and answered. But then when Lindor hit that home run in the 9th, he put his head down and just ran around the bases and said, we got another inning of baseball to play here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what a captain does.
Definitely.
But like, can we talk about Diaz not covering the bag?
Yeah, dude, brain fog.
Oh, my.
But in the worst possible. You've seen in that inning, you've seen the best of Diaz, the worst in those 2 innings. You've seen the best of Diaz and the worst of Diaz. Right there. And for the audience that didn't, if you're living underneath a rock, you've paid attention of what happened in baseball yesterday. I don't care even if you're not a baseball fan. It came across your feed because that's how crazy it was. And I just feel like Diaz in that spot, I believe he told Mendoza, I'm going back out there to finish it. I'm right about that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he gives up a base hit, doesn't even look at the guy, and the guy steals second with ease too. It was
I
just
hated that. I hated that. The
yeah.
fact that they let guys swipe bags, and this isn't just yesterday. This is like an ongoing thing. I sometimes I just don't get it. But yeah, I mean, thank God Diaz pulled it together after that, because
Oh, he sure did.
I had no faith in him going into the ninth. I'm like, why the hell are they putting this guy back in? But I'm so happy he proved me wrong.
Yeah, he corrected himself, and he got the outs that he needed to get in definitely the biggest Met spot in his career, right? I would say so.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely with the season on the line.
The season wasn't on the line. I don't want to bring you down a little bit. Like it was an amazing game. I'll never take that away from you. It was unbelievable, the highs and the lows. It almost felt though like the Mets and the Braves said prior to the game, hey guys, we're gonna play the first game, both of us, like we have to win it. Whoever wins that game, shake, you won it. But then we're gonna let the other game go to the other team.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that, but on the same hand, obviously they didn't actually say things, but like the MLB made it that way.
Correct.
If those games were just back to back last week somewhere else or whatever, we're not having this issue, because now both of us had to plan for traveling the next day and playing a wild card game. That is absolutely insane.
They messed with 3 teams: the Braves, the Mets, and the Diamondbacks, who were literally, I heard that the plane was on the tarmac loaded with gas ready to go.
Wow.
Because think about it, they would have had to react as soon as something happened as well. But the only thing for the Diamondbacks, I knew come morning when I woke up and it was Met day, and I'm saying to myself, there is no possible way either one of the teams lose both games. I say it all year long. Every doubleheader that comes across all year long, I say it's a split. I think if you look at the percentage, I think it's like 87 or 90% of the time, it's a split. So I was extremely confident the Mets were punching a ticket to the postseason.
Yeah, and you're probably right on that, but at the same time, you want to win that first game, so now you can take the pedal off of that second game, rest
Definitely.
which we actually did. Lucchesi came in and pitched, I think it was like 6 innings yesterday. So he gave us a lot of innings, saved the bullpen, and it freaking proved today. We had four great innings from bullpen today. So,
as we speak, and you're going to listen to this, the Mets are up 1-0 on the Braves, or on the Brewers already in the wild card round.
Yeah, before we even get there, though, we have to talk about.
No, I just wanted to just.
Yeah, no, I know, but we have to talk about that end game celebration.
It's something that you'll probably never see again. I can't see it ever happening again. The circumstances were extremely odd, and then it's just a showcase of what the sports world is in 2024.
Exactly, 100%. Like, sports have become so soft. Like
Go ahead.
I think hockey is actually the only sport where like guys will fight like before the game, after the game, but after the season, they all hang out with each other. Like, that's what sports is. Like, during the season, during games, zip. You don't say shit to the other team unless you're trash talking or trying to get into the head or anything like that. Other than that, it's all bullshit. What the hell are we doing taking pictures with the other team that we might wind up playing, and it's a division rival?
Yeah.
Us Met fans hate these players these guys are on the field with. No, it's to us.
No, it's extreme. That's extremely true. You know, hockey at the end of a big series, they don't do it after every game. After a big series in the playoffs, they all go and shake hands. But they're literally beating the shit out of each other every single night of a playoff series. It's a little different. You might have to go through the Braves again. As high as you were beating the Braves, getting over all I did was hear the Met fans say, oh, we finally got over the Braves hump. We finally did this. We finally did that. There's still a chance here that you might have to play the Braves again to punch a ticket to the World Series now.
Yep.
And you guys were just buddy with them, shaking hands, taking pictures. Very odd, very odd. But like I said, it's a testament to what 2024 is.
Yeah, Chipper Jones and that early 2000 Mets are rolling around in
Oh yeah,
their grave, not their graves, just
yeah,
rolling around going
yeah,
crazy right now.
definitely not the legends of the game prior to what they are definitely, especially from the money and to how friggin' soft it is, right?
Yeah, no, 100. And I think that's actually a good point that you just brought up. I think that's what it is. I think these players are making so much money that like I don't think the game means so much to them as
Mm-hmm,
it once did. Like
mm-hmm.
back then, they were fighting for their lives, fighting for pay, fighting for all this stuff. Now, I mean, like these sports is one of the biggest industries in freaking the world. So like these guys are getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars, especially in baseball. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, yeah. And just to wrap up this whole thing, the Mets started the season. They were 11 games under 500 at one point, if I could recall correctly.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they were down in the dumps. Every tabloid, every reporter, season's over. The Anticos of the world, season's over. It's the worst thing that could ever happen. And they drop a song, the friggin' Grimace, the Hawk Tua girl, to this, to that. I'm just saying, talk to her. Just this, to that, right? You can't imagine this come the beginning of the year. You can't draw what is happening right now with the Mets. You can't draw it up. They're playing with house money at the moment. It is house money.
Well, yeah, I
It's house
guess,
money.
yeah.
It's house money.
Essentially.
All right, it is house money.
We still have Verlander and whatchamacallit on the books, I'm pretty sure, though.
Yeah, I was thinking about this today. Like, do you think the Grom's watching this and be like,
Not even the Grom though. Scherzer and Verlander.
yeah,
Like
forget that. Forget them because they want to really Mets. I was just like thinking to myself, like, do you think the Grom's like scratches? Maybe I should have stuck it out with them, like, because this would have been euphoric. Think about if he just came back from a Tommy John, had it right. He just started for Texas, right? He just had his first. I know it wasn't a great start or whatever, but he just had his first start for Texas. Imagine this guy got going and you guys are on a playoff run. It would have been a storybook, but we don't have to say here nor there.
Yeah, for sure. And
Right.
and really just to summarize it, even today's game, yesterday's game, it feels so good to be a Met fan right now because these guys are just fighting. Like that's what it's all about. Like we fought all day yesterday against a division rival, fought to come back, had to go on an early plane to go to Milwaukee.
They got in
We
11
we
o'clock last night.
we were down early, came back.
Mhm.
They went ahead. We came back again. The
Yep.
Mets
No
are
Diaz.
not stopping.
Yeah,
no Diaz.
Who the hell was in there? I never even seen that guy that just closed out the game. Wasn't a close, but 4 runs.
What's his name? Rank. What the hell is his name?
I don't know, but
Oh my God.
How many innings did that guy pitch this year? Can't be much.
Stanek. Stanek and Buto. Yeah, Buto put in 2 innings and Stanek put in 1 inning of really good relief baseball to close us out. And honestly, Sevy, I mean, he did have 2 bad innings, but besides those 2 innings, he gave us 6 innings. The 5th and 6th inning were the most important.
He made the adjustments.
We need to save our bullpen, and he helped us. Giving us 6 innings in that game 1 was honestly, I'll take that day.
And he made the adjustment.
Yeah,
throughout the game, he made the adjustment. He was way inside, right? He hit the guy with the bases loaded. And then you see he made the adjustment. He was coming back inside. He was just off the plate, just a little bit jamming the players. It was really good.
Yeah.
Here's my take now. Okay. You're gonna laugh at this. Mets win today, right? Tomorrow you play?
Yeah.
So it's tomorrow and Thursday. It's 3 straight games. But make sure because then whatever.
Yeah, I'm checking right this second.
It won't be relevant if what I say.
Wednesday, Thursday. Yep.
All right, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So Mets play today, they win. I think tomorrow they lose. And then there is no chance. It's Rosh Hashanah, Steve Cohen. It's going to be 80 degrees out, by the way. It's going to be 80 degrees on Thursday, of course, because the Jews always get the nice weather. Always get the nice weather on Rosh Hashanah. It's like a guarantee. All right. And the Jewish Mets, because I always said the Mets are Jewish, go out there and punch their ticket to the next round, which is the real playoffs. That's the real. You win the wild card. Everybody's getting in, right? That's the real playoffs. I say it all the time. Not when I'm in it. Not when I'm in the wild card round. I don't say it, but I'll say it to you now. The Mets win and push their ticket to the next round on Rosh Hashanah for the Jewish Steve Cohen. Book it.
All right.
That's my take. All right.
I like it. I'll take it. I'd rather win 2 games, but I'll take it.
Yeah, well, you will still win 2. You'll still win 2 games.
I meant not lose one.
Just to get into the Yankees at the moment, it's like that. I haven't had this feeling in a while. It's like playoffs started, and we don't feel like we're part of the action. Today and tomorrow and Thursday. Playoff start for the Yankees on Saturday. They're coming in now all of a sudden a little banged up with Rizzo with his fingers. We don't know exactly. But we got confident. We got confidence in the team. There is no excuses at all for this Yankee team. Usually I'm coming in, I tell you this one's hurt, that one's hurt. There is not one bit of excuses. You have to have Cole be the ace, Rodon be a second pitcher to the ace. He needs to just give us a decent game. And then Gil or Schmidt are going to probably go back-to-back in my eyes for game 3 and then probably back to Cole or something like that. But through the lineup, it's Aaron Judge's time to get his pinstripes. It's Soto's time to show us that he is Juan Soto. We need Wells to come out of his little bit of a slump. That's why I think this break is okay because they have to get things together. They have to rest up a little bit. I seen some live BP today. They're working out.
So you rather the break than getting right into it?
This time around, listen, getting right into it is always good if you're hot. Right. The Yankees just played a friggin' miserable weekend of baseball. It was friggin' raining. It was just ugly. They looked like they were just checked out. They won the American League. On a loss, I think from I want to say the Astros beat the Cleveland Guardians, which gave the Yankees home field throughout the American League playoffs. Not the NL. The Dodgers had the best record in baseball, I believe.
I think you're right on that. Mm-hmm.
So for the Yanks, let's get going on Saturday. Have a good start. I haven't seen the start time yet. Of course, I am working, which just sucks. But
you're working. Oh yeah, you're working.
Yeah, I have a 2 to 7, 2:30 to 7:30 or something. So hopefully it's an 8:30 game. Will be nice. That'll be a score for me, but probably won't. Probably won't. That's really all I got for the Yankees. I don't want to sit here. It'll be Cole.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously,
it'll be Cole. Yeah. I don't want to sit here and give you the what ifs and the this and the that. I have to see the way they look. If they need to make contact. If anybody watched the Met game today, you see contact going the other way. Small ball wins baseball games in this postseason. And that's really, really it for the Yanks. So, all right, let's get into the 100-yard dash. Yeah.
My son's sleeping in the other room unless I'd be yelling.
Obviously, we don't have Mike from Bayonne. He's trying to save the world, one patient at a time. So we don't have Mike from Bayonne tonight. So we'll put the Jets last. Is that cool?
Yeah, I mean, we won't even really. We could, glance over them.
Yeah. To talk about the Giants, it was Thursday night. I feel like it was freaking over a week ago. Almost was.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So my feelings aren't as strong as they were leaving that game. But coming into a football game where it's a must-win game, in my eyes, you're playing your division at home. Time for Danny Jones to show us that he could play some football. Right?
At this point, do you want him to play good football?
So yeah, going into that game, where I was at Thursday night or where I'm at tonight.
Where you're at tonight, just going
where forward. I'm at tonight. No, I'm absolutely done.
Yeah,
I'm completely finished with this guy. Get rid of him. You know that I have something here, so I think I have something here. Didn't want to freaking print. Stupid printer. I know I'm still living in the ancient times. I don't like to use my phone. But there's an incentive here for Jones. So if he takes 60% of the snaps, He's getting 500 grand.
Okay.
All right. That's an incentive for Jones that they're never going to pay him.
Yeah.
They will never let that happen.
I would never let him get any of his incentives.
Yeah, it's like plus a playoff berth. It's plus a playoff berth, I believe.
I mean, 500,000 is literally penny change to that $40 million contract.
But it's not even. I just don't even think it's necessarily about the $140-something million that they gave him. I think it's more that they are not going to do anymore. They're going to cut the ties. I mean, you'll see him come close to the 60% of the snaps. So we're a quarter of the way through the season. Are they going to run him back out there next week? It's time to just say, like, no more Jones. No more Jones. You want to trade him? Trade him. You want to get rid of him? No more Jones. Put him as the backup. Give me the Drew Lock. Give me DeVito. I don't care. It'll be fun for the crowd. It'll be fun for the fans. Some fans are looking for DeVito.
Yeah.
They're looking for a spark. It's not even about who the quarterback is at the moment. We have a better team. We have a better
cheer about.
Yeah, exactly. Just do us a favor. Play. Do you have that clip I got up on the notes? Play that, then we'll go off it a little bit. Because that clip just it's Scott Van Pelt. He hit it right on the head with Jones. Right on the head with Jones.
If you took a Josh Allen and you put him on the Giants, you would suddenly have this: Devin Singletary at running back, Brian Dable on your offensive side, a great left tackle, tremendous defensive front. Oh, wait, and one-star weapon. That's Buffalo before they got James Cook. And yes, the Giants do need to upgrade at running back. Get that in the 4th, 5th round. The Buffalo Bills for years before James Cook had all the elements. The bones are here for the New York Giants. The bones are here. The quarterback isn't. You think I'm crazy, right? Go look at Tampa before Brady. What did they have? One great weapon, excellent defensive front, offensive coach Bruce Arians, a playmaker on the outside, Mike Evans. So I don't buy this Giants can't play. I'm watching last night with Brian Daboll dominate. It is almost unheard of. Dominate time of possession with a bad quarterback. The future for the Giants, I got bones.
You know, that is hitting it right on the head. So, like, after the game is over, I'm sitting there and I'm ready to make excuses for Jones. Like, I'm his dad. That's the way I felt. I'm like, oh, look, the drop pass is here. Drop pass is there. He's got no running back. Blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, why am I still doing this? Why am I still sticking up for this guy? Why am I bringing things to light that shouldn't be brought up? Why am I messing with my head when Jones is just not that guy? And I do it week after week. I look, oh, maybe he's got it. Oh, this, that. Oh, look what he did against the Vikings. Look what he did against the Vikings in the playoffs. Blah, 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 blah. Like, we keep going back, right? I keep going back to his good days. Okay.
He had flashes. So, I mean, at the very least, you had that at least to say maybe he can get back to that.
It's also just my positive outlook on sports all the time, and I'm always trying to be positive because things are that bad. I try to find the silver lining in everything in life, but it's just like enough. I got to tell myself it's enough, because what Scott Van Pelt just said kind of resonated with me, dude. Like, they have more time. The offensive line has given him more time. We have a defense that could play football if they're not on the field the entire day. There's a lot of good. You have Neighbors who he's gonna be out this week, right? I haven't heard any update, but he had a concussion.
I hope not. And Jonathan Taylor's hurt too, by the way.
Isn't it like a guarantee? Like, after you have a concussion, you have to have a week off? Or no? Am I lying there?
No, they have to go through protocol, but usually most of the time it's a week off, unless it's like very mild. Yeah.
So it's just time to cut the ropes. Stop dragging us around. I could just sit there and blame Dable too, because like after the game was over, I'm like, oh, Dable, why aren't you going for it? Why aren't you going for it? And then I'm just like, yeah, points, because they can't get into the end zone. They just couldn't get into the end zone, so they just kept kicking. They just kept kicking field goals. There was no touchdowns thrown in MetLife on Thursday and Sunday. Two football games back to back. There wasn't a touchdown pass thrown. So it's just I'm done with the excuses. I'm done being Danny Jones's dad and having that outlook on him that he's gonna be that guy. He's gonna be that guy. He's not the guy. It's just over. He's all the blame. Give him the son of a bitch of the week. Every week he's out there until it's until he's done. I know you're gonna laugh like, oh, I said Tommy DeVito. People are gonna laugh, right? That's just like it's such a joke, right? It is. It's a joke. Tommy DeVito is a joke. But at the end of the day, there might be a spark there that could just win us a couple games. What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go this season? Are you trying to win? Because if you're trying to win, you're not going to keep running Jones back out there. He's not going to make the plays in the fourth or with the game on the line. He's just not going to do it. He doesn't have the stones. He doesn't have the smarts. I thought he would have been smart coming out of the Manning camp. He's not a smart football player. He's just not. And that's where I rest my head. Like, it's going to be a long, long ass season. And I just
Join the
hope.
club.
Yeah. I just hope that the organization can just give the fans a little something that they want. Make a trade. Do something. Get rid of something. Get rid of him. Just get rid of him. Get him out of our faces. That's it. Move on so we can move on. And we can't blame him anymore. It's also that too. Like, right? I'm done making excuses that he's a good ball player and he's gonna figure it out. I'm done with that. So let's move on. Barry Jones, I'm done with you. And that's it.
Not only Barry Jones, though, Barry the undelusional Charles Giants fan.
Yeah. No, it's very true. It's very true. That's a big part of it. And I was doing it again. I caught myself doing it again. Friday morning, I wake up. I'm like looking at TikToks. I'm like, oh, look at these drops. Look at this. Look at that. I watched the replay again. I'm like, okay. Shut up, man.
Sports will do that to you.
I'm telling myself, just shut up. Like, he's not the guy. It's his fault. I don't know. I don't know technicalities of football and their player rating, all the other garbage. I watch the game on Sundays and I make my adjustment, right? And my adjustment now is that it's the end of the Jones era to me. Please. It's probably going to take another 2 weeks probably for this really to happen. But it's got to be over, right?
Has there been like talks? Like,
I haven't heard anything like that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything like that. You heard it here first because it's got to be in talks because I just told you that if he played well, I mean
behind the scenes, I'm sure other people are saying it on the air.
Yeah, once I realized the incentive in the contract with 60% of the snaps, but now as I'm reading it into more detail, it's plus a playoff berth. So yeah, as I'm reading it more into detail, it's 60% of the snaps plus a playoff berth.
So he don't get that.
So he's never gonna get that, even if he played the entire season.
Yeah.
So, I wish it didn't say playoff berth, to be honest, because I would have more confidence that they're just gonna move on. Move on. There's no reason. There's no reason
to pay him any more money.
No, he's made enough.
Definitely.
So, guys, you want to talk about your game on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be pretty quick. Back-to-back beatings, first by the Jets, now by the San Francisco freaking 49ers.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad when you can only say the only positive in that game on Sunday that I enjoyed was Joey Sly, the Patriots kicker, kicked a 63-yard field goal to break the Patriots record.
The Patriots record? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the overall record is like 65 or 66.
Oh, it is? It's about that?
Yeah, it's something like that. But honestly, just add an insult to injury. This offensive line, we finally got one of our guys back, City So, and then there goes down David Andrews, our center, who's basically the key captain of the whole team, honestly.
Yeah.
And our backup O-line came in. That guy got hurt. So now we're on our fourth left tackle right now. And I think another one's coming in next week. Duggar is down with a ankle sprain. That's a key safety that we have. And honestly, I have to blame Mayo. Like, it's just like his lack of just inexperience and just not prepping for teams. Yes, no. Did I think this is funny? Did I think that we were gonna go in there and beat them? No. But that was a little insight.
Yeah.
No, but at the same time, we could have put up a much better fight than that. It's just like we weren't. I think it was either the first or second drive. We had a 4th and 1 at like their 40-yard line, and
Yeah.
we punted. Like, it's just like, you know what type of team you are. You have to take every single chance you could, and then he learned from his mistake. But our running back, Ramondre Stevenson, who is a great running back, he's now fumbled 4 straight weeks.
Oh,
4
wow.
straight weeks. So they do take him out for this next drive, but they get all the way down to a similar 4th and 1, like at their 40, and this time they go for it. But they put in Ramondre Stevenson, the guy that's struggling. This guy takes the handoff, and you could just tell he's just trying to hold on to the ball, tackle for a loss, turnover on downs. There was a challenge that he challenged that was clearly a catch, and then didn't challenge another catch that was clearly not a catch. It just, I mean, I could blame coaching all day. And next week against the Dolphins are shit. It's going to be a shit bowl.
Listen, your quarterback of the future is on the bench.
Yeah.
Your quarterback of the future is on the bench.
And I want him to remain there for the foreseeable future.
He's going to be there definitely for the remainder of this year, I believe, right?
Nah, I don't truly think that. They have to put him in just a little bit. I mean, at least like 5 games, but it's tough to say, because with this offensive line just getting banged up, I'm not putting this kid in behind a bad offensive line. We've seen what bad offensive line and bad systems do to these young quarterbacks. Like, we've seen it time and time and again. Like, it can really ruin a quarterback's confidence and just really freaking just mess him up for the rest of his career.
Yeah, good point that you said. Definitely a good point that you said, that he shouldn't see the field this year. And especially when your offensive line is banged up like that, they're going to be even more banged up if they put him in a few more weeks. And remember, you're already a quarter away through the season. You're already making your way. We're in October. It's October 1st as we speak. You know, it's about to be Halloween. Next thing you know, it's Thanksgiving. Next thing you know, it's Christmas. New Year's, season's over in February. So you're not far away from getting through the season. So if Mayo could learn, if the coaching staff could learn with Mayo and all the above, it might be a good all-around year for the Patriots of just learning their new system.
It's a learning experience, literally from the top bottom, like you said. Mayo needs to go through these growing pains. I truly think he is a good coach. It's just the small mistakes that he's just not on top of. And it's weird seeing, because Bill Belichick, like, the small things were always detailed. Like, so it's very different to watch, but also interesting to watch, you know, because I've never seen this before.
Which is probably, you know, you're probably appreciating those days even more and more every Sunday. You know, when you're living it, it's a different feeling when you're living it. I went through a dynasty with baseball, you know, and when you're in it, you don't really feel it, because you're just like, okay, we're gonna win. Don't worry, we had a bad day. Can't wait for the playoffs, because in the playoffs we're just gonna go off. Let's get there and go off. Right? That's what Brady did. 100%. And you guys had pretty easy roads, I felt like, all the time to the Super Bowl. You didn't have the hardest roads through your division and this, that, and the other thing. Those other teams were down. So you do have a Patrick Mahomes. There are these teams now in your division. The Rodgers era, I don't think is going to be for that long. It can't be. The guy is ancient.
Yeah, he's probably got one more year after this, I would assume.
Yeah. So for the Patriots, like you said, I feel like it's a learning season. Keep the kid on the bench. Don't throw him out there. Don't throw him out there. If you want to throw him out there last week of the season to show everybody this is what we got coming next year, buy your season tickets. I get it, but it's enough.
He's been getting 30% first team snaps since week 1. So, like, and you don't see that. Like, if you're a QB2, you're not taking first string snaps in practice. He's taking 30%. So, I mean, they are prepping him. So I do believe they are going to put him in. And the one game that I am circling, this is a good transition, is that week, I think it's in 3 weeks now, we play the Jets at home. That's the game I want to see Drake May come in.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
to try to actually win that game, because I do think, as much as, and I meant to give flowers to Jacoby Brissett. This guy, as I said, bad offensive line. He is taking a beating, this guy. He's taking a freaking beating, but he's also not seeing guys downfield. And Drake May, I think, would make a lot throws that he's missing, wide open reads that he's not seeing. So I do think the team would be better with Drake May right now. So I don't know how you take that. You want to be careful. You want to play him.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a right decision.
I get it. Well, let's just move on. Let's move on to the Jets here, even though we don't have Mike to really give you his true, honest feelings. But just being a football person, watching the game, you could just tell it was the shitty day in MetLife, raining, pouring, wet, annoying, scary, because you're just waiting for a big injury, right? In the game,
Especially Rodgers.
Especially Rodgers. He's waiting for that injury. Your whole season could end on a day like that on Sunday.
Yeah, and honestly, that's a great point, because you didn't see, I mean, the previous week when they played the Patriots, Rodgers was moving left to right in the rain. He can't take that many chances rolling out of the pocket like that.
No.
And I think that's where they lost a lot of opportunity. And
but it's just funny. It's just funny though, because still the they missed a field goal they could have won at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that was a long field goal in some bad conditions, though.
I know, but you just seen it right on the opposite end. He misses it. You get the ball back. You think that, holy shit, you were in their territory. You were at the 40 or something like that already at that point.
Yeah, I think it was like a 50-yarder. I think.
I put another video in that in the notes for the Jets.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, this is what you got to always remind yourself, Jet fans. Always remind yourself, you still are the Jets. If you watch this video closely, you could see the exact moment Rodgers officially becomes the New York Jets. Play one more time. Can you play one more time? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really didn't get him the moment to like embrace that when he puts the towel over his head, sits there and just sulks into the chair like the Jets done. Look at this. I'm sorry, but it was too funny. And for all the Jet fans that were at the game on Sunday, don't go back. You're not that guy. You're not the guy. If you were there on Sunday, do yourself a favor. If you're a season ticket holder, give it to somebody else. Okay, because you're not that guy. You're the problem.
And I do want to, first I want to say something nice before I rip into the Jet fans, but it was a weird game, like you said, very rainy. The Broncos kind of are a scrappy team where they can always scrap out a team win here and there. So it's not too surprising, even though the Jets should have demolished them. Now that the Jets are so projected to, win X amount of games.
Yeah.
But Rodgers will get it going with Garrett Wilson, because that's the big thing right now. Garrett Wilson's not having a good season so far, but Rodgers is very much like Brady in the sense that he loves his chemistry. And because this guy's still throwing to Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard was on the Green Bay Packers with him, and that's why he relies on him so heavy. Garrett Wilson, you could just tell they're kind of not on the same page, but Garrett Wilson's one of the top receivers in this league. And when they do get it together, it's going to be big. And obviously they lost because they also couldn't get the run game going. Breece Hall and Braylon Allen had like no freaking carries, which makes no sense. It's raining out. And that was also another thing. Their freaking Breece Hall is doing the goal line runs. Like they had, I think, like 2 opportunities to get into the end zone. This guy Braylon Allen, he's like 250. He's huge. I mean, I know he's a rookie, but that guy's got to be back there for those short yardage runs.
Mm-hmm.
And just to end it off on a bad note,
I was
Jet
gonna say,
fans get humbled.
He sure did. But do you think that Rodgers is gonna bring in his boy from the Raiders?
Yeah, I mean, I truly do. The only big obstacle that they
Devontae
have,
Adams. Sorry,
yeah,
that
Devontae. Is that,
Devon-
yeah? What'd you say?
I was stuck there. I didn't say anybody's name.
Okay, okay, yeah,
I wanted to
Devontae
say
Adams.
Devontae Adams is looking for a trade. He requested a trade today. Do you think he'll be going to the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, the big obstacle that they face, like obviously Rodgers has sway. He's going to tell the front office try to make this happen. But
Yeah.
the Jets also don't have a lot of salary cap, and I'm pretty sure Devontae Adams has a really big contract, so they're going to have to figure something out in the meantime.
Mhm.
So that is a pretty big obstacle.
Okay, Rodgers does really get what he wants.
He
If
does.
if he wants him, I believe he'll be a Jet.
And I'm pretty sure the guy Hassan Riddick, he was an Eagle. You probably versed him a few times. The Jets signed him this offseason, but he still has yet to play, and he's getting fined like $500,000 a game or something like that.
Wow.
And that guy actually has a pretty big contract too. So I wonder if they get rid of him, how much money comes off. So that's a possibility. But you know what I also found out reading about this? So like there was rumors that like the Eagles might trade for him to try to get him back. But I learned that you can't trade for a player that you traded away within 2 years.
Oh wow. I definitely didn't know that.
I me either. I had no idea. And I read it and I was like, what? That doesn't even make sense.
Really interesting. Yeah.
That's no other sport has a rule like that.
It's like a no trade
I
clause.
don't think. Yeah. Kind of.
It's weird.
Yeah.
All right, you want to move along to the fantasy feud. All right, we're back with the fantasy feud. It's going to be the first question will be, we are now a quarter of the way through the NFL season. Name a player who would be drafted much, much higher in the league if they held the draft today.
All right. So my big thing is definitely Derrick Henry. This guy, he dropped because he went to the Ravens. They have Lamar Jackson. Everyone's thinking, oh, Lamar Jackson's going to run. He's just going to take everything. But like, if you watch the Ravens open up the run with Lamar Jackson. So it's just complimentary. And this guy dropped to like the second round in most fantasy leagues. And he already has 480 yards on the season. Just had back-to-back games versus the Bills. Came 1 yard short of 200 yards, and against the Cowboys had 151 yards. This guy is running a buck right now.
Get yourself some Derrick Henry, right? All right, name a fantasy player who will be worth the wait. Worth the wait and what? Hold on, like help me out with this.
Worth the wait, meaning like he's not doing good right now, but
okay, hold on, he's gonna pop off.
Exactly. And I just spoke about this guy, and our boy Mike is going to be very happy. Garrett Wilson. I really do believe he's one of the best top talents in this league at the wide receiver position, and he will get it going. He just needs to build that chemistry with Rodgers.
Okay. I like that. In memory of the fantasy football tight end position, name me a favorite fantasy tight end of all time. Come on.
Like it was the most obvious answer for me, but in all honesty, you knew Gronk was getting a touchdown every single freaking week, man. And like you can't ask much for that from a tight end. And like back then, tight ends, there were more of them. And the phrasing of the question was completely right. Like it's in memory of the fantasy football tight end position because it is gone. And a lot of people are talking about taking the tight end position out of fantasy right now just because of how little good tight ends there are right now. But yeah, Gronk, most dominant tight end of all time.
I would say so too. I had Gronk a few years on my fantasy team as well. He was definitely
You would think, as such a big Tom Brady fan, that I probably watch in just highlights of Tom Brady. Robert Gronkowski highlights are my favorite thing to watch. Like just watching him carry freaking bodies.
He's a great dude. Yeah, he was a great player. And I think he's one of the funniest guys in the world. And to put you on the spot here, if you could look something up real quick while we're live, the last weekend they pranked him, bro, on the set, and it was one of the funniest things I could ever see. True talent, though, like a true talent that he stayed there in the pocket, right? He stayed in the pocket, delivered you something, even though he had absolutely no clue what was going on. You have it?
Yeah,
it was so funny. Yeah, we're not going to get into reaction talk or anything like that. So I figured to bring this up. It's a short episode. We've been going for a while these last few weeks. There's been so much to talk about. But we also got, I think we got our Knicks guy. We're going to line up. Definitely a lot of things there with the Knicks that we have to get into. Got to be locked in on the Knicks this year. Rangers start soon. We're bringing back Angie for the Rangers, which we're looking forward to. And then as this playoff thing kind of happens, me and the Backbone should definitely try to hop on as soon as there's a big moment, or if the Mets do punch their ticket to the next round, which they will on Rosh Hashanah, like I told you before. Hopefully we have a really, really, really good October. You have that video? This is so freaking funny.
What we're doing. Here's the deal. We decided to play a little joke on our buddy Gronk. He thought we were going live with an extra segment. Everybody at Fox knows this is not real, except for Gronk. And the premise was I was going to break news that the Cowboys were activating this great Pro Bowl tight end who doesn't exist. And Gronk has to go on what he thinks is live TV to talk about this tight end.
All right, fellas, 10 seconds back. Straight, who do you want to talk about here?
Dallas game. Let's talk about Russo.
Back in 5, 4,
Thinks we're going live.
2, 1. All right, we're on the air.
All right, later today, it's America's game of the week, and it's one you don't want to miss. The Dallas Cowboys go for their 6th win in a row, and right now they take on a Buffalo Bills team that I guess, Jay, there's some breaking news.
I just got a throw in with Mike McCarthy, and you guys know how big of a weapon Rich Russo is for that team. Right? As a tight end,
They just activated him, right?
They just activated him. They didn't know if he's going to be able to play today. They think he's good to go, not only today, but they are going to put him heavily into that game plan. Expect a lot of Rich Russo.
That's big because Russo is a complete game changer. He takes so much pressure off Dak.
Strahan's good.
Pressure off the
that
run
Acton's
game.
good.
Great blocker, great receiver, red zone threat.
Now you can't focus on
I thought it was a
He's
serious.
just
They
shaking
were
his
talking
head.
about Tony Gonzalez. They talking about Gronk. I don't think he's Gronk.
Gronk, where do you list Russo as, like, among the tight ends playing today at least?
He's been out for a little bit, so he might be a little rusty coming back. But I think they're going to give him the opportunities. That's for sure. But also they got Ferguson as well.
Wait, I have to pause that.
It was so good.
This was a 1-2 combo.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Ferguson has been the guy because Russo's been hurt. You got to admit, with Russo coming back, it just changes their offense.
Yeah, but Ferguson has been showing that he's the guy right now. They're going to still feed Ferguson.
He's the only guy in the league that has 2 fingers missing on his right hand. That's why he's been out, and he's back now.
So is that going to affect him when he's catching a pass?
I don't know. You tell the use of the guy.
I don't know. I still have all 5 of my fingers.
But you know what?
You're the tight end.
You have 10.
All 10 of my fingers. All 5 on each hand. All right, all 5 on each hand.
He's like, I messed
This is
up.
a joke. Rich Russo does not play for the Dallas Cowboys.
I was wondering.
For you.
It was hilarious.
He goes, is that long?
I was in my mind, like, I was going to say, right when they was done, I was going to say, guys, I never heard of Russo.
That was so great. That was really great. I'm happy I just remembered that.
Yeah, that was good that you brought that up.
That was so freaking funny. All right, man. So let's wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Remember, it's a crazy time of the year to gamble. It's Gambling Awareness Month. Get out there, talk to your peers, make sure the kids in school are not friggin' gambling. It's a serious addiction like every other drug in the world. Gamble responsible, everybody. Go Mets. Oh, my God, Mets. Go Yanks. Lock it down on Sunday.
Sing it, Charles.
What'd you say?
Sing it.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, my God.
No, don't do that. You're not Puerto Rican. All right, so we will see you next time, everybody. Thanks for listening. Peace.